Good afternoon, and all of us back here on Zoom and via Facebook Live again. And how was yesterday and how was the last night? Yeah.
Yesterday went off very well, Malvika. Very well. Despite so many things happening around, I could sail through peacefully, very peacefully. And last night, the dreams were beautiful. Beautiful dreams I had. Just that. Very nice. It had a very calm day, I would say. I mean, when I could sail through all the things happening around, there were some pests, lot of insects and everything, and everything was like haphazard. And it's just that.
That's so good. So what is it? We were writing in the morning, on the group. That was, okay, what does the current situation give you? Yeah. And when we're talking about the current situation, it's not about just the pandemic. I think anything which is a current situation in our life, yeah, and the pandemic is just one of them. And what happens, whatever the given scenario might be, whatever the current situation might be, what takes you in and out of the current, and what is it that gives you a day, moments, minutes, hours, which are haywire, and what is it that gives you seconds, minutes, moments, hours, where you feel that you are the current. That current which you had come here with. Yeah. And what does the current mean? The current means not the animosity in the flow. The current means the joy in the flow. And the current means you all alive, and you all alive in all the arenas. Yeah. So it's not that we can ever concentrate on one particular thing, thinking that my life is going great here, and I can just not pay attention to the rest, and that's going to be good. Yeah. And how is it that when we are not in that current, there is a wake-up call which comes our way and which tells you, here is the missing current. Yeah. And when that wake-up call comes, and then what happens? That you put all your focused energy on that particular side. Yeah. It could be your health. It could be your wealth. It could be the serenity. It could be your job. It could be your children. It could be you yourself, or it could be whatever. Yeah. And whenever we are in the moment, when we are present, then how is it that we've never lost hope? We are always in the space of hopeful. There is never a space of hopelessness. Yeah. And the moment when I'm out of current, then what happens? Then the lessness starts. Now, what is that less? I am less. My relationships are less. My energy is less. my money is less, my health is less, so the lessness starts. Yeah. So what is it that always keeps us in that less mode and out of current, and not always in the space of, yes, there is hope. Yes, I am energetic, alive, kicking. Like, have you ever noticed children? Do they ever have a bad day? Do they ever, even when they have 104 temperature, we might make that day having fever very big in our life and we keep talking about it and all of that. Yeah. You know how easy life is for them? If they are exhausted, they'll just go off to sleep. In Like they are playing with the toys, they just sleep there. They don't know what a mattress is. They don't know what comfort levels are. They do not know what what are we talking about? Like being currentless? Is that a possibility? Is that a possibility in the kids' world? Why? Because to them, everything is alive. Yeah. And it's so beautiful. Like, we have a maid at home and she has a little son. Yeah, who's 5 now, and she's been there with us. Luckily, when she was unmarried, and then she got married, and then now she has a 5-year-old son. Yeah, so for him, I'm the nanny, and my mother is the badi nanny at home. Okay, and how beautiful it is, when they can just come and sit by you, and they can talk about anything. You know like he doesn't have a nani as such, like he doesn't have. So obviously to him, what are you? You are his nani. It's like that. Yeah. So each time, sometimes he goes to the park with me, and I'll keep walking and he will play on the swings. And I see, sometimes I listen to the conversation, because sometimes, not these days, like I'm talking about times before COVID, he had like 2, 3 more friends coming in, and he would say, Abir, whom have you come with? And he'll say, my nanny. You know, do you see? You know, how simple can their worlds be? Yeah, and how complicated can we make their worlds, putting all the toxicity like one by one, yeah? And we think that we are adding to their current, never realizing what are we taking away from their current. Yeah. And have we not done all that to ourselves? Yeah. And I'm a very, very great fan of Dr. Maya Angelou. I don't know if you've ever heard about her. She's a civil activist and a very great author, and she's written some amazing books. And I've been a very close follower of hers, and I keep listening to her a lot, and she makes so much sense to me. Yeah. And a few days back, I was going through one of her videos where she talks about 1%. Yeah. And that word 1%, like it gave me a big jolt, just that word. I'd not heard her yet. I'd never ever watched that video ever. But the display was showing 1%. Yeah. And the first thing which came to me was that all of us, we desire to be 100%. Yeah. We can never even think of 1%. What kind of a life would that be? Yeah. If I'm just 1%, what kind of a body would I have? What kind of a mind would I have? What kind of a job scenario? What kind of a health? What kind of relationships? Yeah. And what is it that 1% means? Yeah. And that 1% in that one moment when I was reading was so revealing, and it gave me like a million questions in my heart. And that those million questions were talking about that we always say we desire 100%, but we live the entirety of our life as 1%. Yeah. So this is the irony of the brilliance that we hold. Yeah. And we have never ever thought what stops us from being that 100%. Yeah. And in that video, she talks so beautifully where she says, if 1% of us chooses to be complaint free, if 1% of us chooses to be complaint free, how would the world be? Will that be a world full of current? Will that add to the current of joy and happiness? Yeah, and you can put this 1% anywhere. Yeah. If 1% out of the entire population of the world would be fearless, choose to be fearless, what would the current of the world be? What would the joy in the current be? What would the world look like? What would the world be like? If 1% would choose to be worry free, what would the world look like? How wealthy would the world be? How much joy would be experienced in every little bit that we get to walk on in every moment? Yeah. So everywhere that we keep avoiding, everywhere that we keep avoiding choosing that 1%, which if actually we choose from all our depths, would really add to being 100%, no? Yeah. So is there that, 1% complaint free would add to the current? Yeah. So, and the current situation too. And the current situation too. So everywhere that we have lost our currents and we have, and especially, I think that any situation which comes our way, we make it so big. It's not that it's not challenging. I'll not say that. Things are challenging. But I think that in those moments when we are challenged most, is it not that we are challenged to use our potencies within? What is the challenge? The challenge is there is a nail there, and which you're sitting on. That's the challenge. And that nail is talking to you and telling you, you have the potential. You have the potential. You have the capacity. You can do it. You are somebody who's so full of current. You can just change the entire world. Where are you? How are you thinking like that? What makes you think like that? How do you feel so small about yourself? What makes you so small? So everywhere that challenge is actually challenging you to be the current that you truly are. The challenge is only talking about you are the current, just be it. You are the current. Just be it. And everywhere that you've forgotten that you are the current. And you are the one You are the one with whom somebody could just sit. Somebody could just walk by in the marketplace and they would feel, oh, electrified. Electrified with joy. Electrified with what happened. I don't, somebody just crossed by and my life has shifted. My walk has become energetic. The frown on my forehead is changed into a smile. What is it? Is that not the current? Or is it something else? So, everywhere that we have lost our currents to the present situation, the challenges that we face on a day to day basis, everything that brings up for you, would you now like to let all of that go? Yeah. So, what is the current situation which is bothering you? Is there anything in the current situation which is bothering you? Somebody here? Everybody's away from botheration. Yeah. What is it? Yeah, Hetal, let's hear it from you.
Morning I was when I woke up, I was thinking about the call, and I was thinking what the topic should be. And the other day I was thinking that Malvika ने एक we go through the challenges every day. I mean कुछ ना कुछ तो होता ही है. कभी किसी से कोई हमारी argument हो जाती है, भले वो loved one हो या बेटा हो या कोई friend हो. And sometimes when we are not on the same page, तो तभी वो हीटेड आर्ग्यूमेंट होती है. तो लास्ट टाइम जब हम फोन पे थे, आपने बोला था कि अपनी बात बोल दो फोन, एंड देन जस्ट अवॉइड दैट थिंग. जब सामने वाला बहुत ही वो हीटेड सिचुएशन में होता है, जस्ट तब तुम छोड़ दो या कुछ बोलो, बेल बज गई है. मैं सोच रही थी मैं मालिका को आज पूछूंगी, भाई जस्ट गिव सम मोर टिप्स व्हेन द पर्सन सामने वाला इज कॉन्स्टेंटली नैगिंग, या he, the other person, he or she is bothered कि तुम ये नहीं करो, वो नहीं करो, how can you do this, how can you do that. तब क्या करना चाहिए? Because sometimes you're not on the same page even with your friends, even with your loved one. Like how yesterday we were talking that we do some things and we are evolved in any kind of a relationship, and we don't realize it, and we think in a completely different way. And that is not bad that they think in a different way, but that creates this thing. And currently, honestly, this is what is bothering me, how to deal with that situation when we are not in the same page and still we have to deal with that person. So
So
currently,
what are you're looking for solution here?
not not exactly, but of course, yes, a solution. And
Each one has to find their own solution, Each one has to find our own solution. Yeah. This is not a call for solutions, but the only thing which I can add as support here is that
can you hear me?
yeah, I can,
Yeah.
that when we become energetically bigger than whoever the other one is, then what happens is that they can no more be a nagger to me. Yeah. Like, like an example, like if we have like two animals here, yeah, one is smaller and the other is bigger. So the bigger knows that I can eat up the small one. The cat knows I can eat up the rat. You get that? But when the rat becomes a tomcat, then is that a possibility? You get it?
Yeah.
So it is not weight wise, it is energy wise. And how do you become bigger? You become bigger by being closer to light and less closer to whoever the person, isn't it? Yeah. In illumination, the darkness is not there. Is that not? Yeah. So each time a challenge would come, then ask yourself, am I in current or am I out of current? Yeah. And in that moment, probably the current is not talking about you picking up a fight with the other one. Yeah, because even that is current. Yeah. Even that is current. Even that is energy when we pick up a fight, when we can shout out. Yeah. But the thing is that what is going to create most for me? And each time when we ask a me question, that what is going to create most for me, it is not that we are excluding the other one. It's an inclusive world. You and me, whoever that you is, we are all the same. Are we not the same?
Of course, yes, we are.
Yeah. So since we are the offsprings of the same divine, how come we are not? Yeah. But obviously we have a degree of vices and virtues, all of us have. There is a difference of that only in one another. Yeah. But what can I choose to not step into a space of judgment? Because whenever I do not like anybody, I'm already in the space of judgment.
Right.
I've already lost my current and something else has started. You get that? Now what is something else? I will keep judging and I will keep justifying. There are two J's which are quite away from the third J, that is joy. You get it? So the judgment is one J, the justification is the other J, and the third J is joy. But joy is never friends to these J's, you know. It says, what are you talking? Are you judging? Do you want to keep judging? And then you'll notice yourself that each time I'm in a space of judgment, I will always keep justifying me. What will the justification be like? That I have done everything right and the other one has done everything wrong. Yeah. And when I am, till the time I am in these two J's, the third J can never come to me. You get it? And all of us are looking for that, the third J. Is that not? In every moment, we are looking for that J. Yeah. And that J is asking you time and again, are you in current? Yeah. And you know that the word currency comes from this current. Okay. The word currency comes from the word current. And you cannot experience that, the abundance, till the time you are not in the space of joy and you are not in your element. Yeah. So everywhere that we lose our element to anything else, anything could be somebody is nagging, could be somebody is putting their foot really strong in front of you, and this will keep happening a million times because uh, the light keeps testing us. Have you grown here? Have you grown? How will you know your growth? You see the plant, you'd put a seed and then it became a little seedling, and then that seedling became, a little plant, and then that plant grew into a beautiful tree, and the tree started bearing flowers, and then the flowers gave us some fruits, isn't it? Now this is the growth that you see in that little tiny seed that you sow, and you feel really happy. Oh wow, it's growing. Yeah. But in our own self, what do we see? What do we see? We see, अरे यार 10 साल पहले ना ये wrinkles नहीं थे, अब आ गए. Isn't it? You get that? 10 साल पहले ना बाल इतने थे, अब इतने से रह गए. This is the way we measure our growth. Yeah. But that internal growth that we are having, how will that be measured? That will be measured with the circumstances that fall in front of you. The people that will come your way, they will still try to poke you, and you will very nicely know how to just fall out of the conversation. You get that? Not feeling that you can't answer. That's a space of hopelessness and like I do not know space. You get it? Yeah, where you feel that you've lost it. But when you are working from a conscious space, then you never, you know that you desired to fall out of the conversation. Firstly, you did not desire to prove. Secondly, you did not feel worth it. Why do I need to be invested in that moment? Yeah. And the third thing is that you know that there is a better space. You know that there is no requirement of reaction here. You know that this falling out is actually a space of falling in. What? Where to fall in? Into your own current. I'm falling out of the situation and I'm choosing to be in my current, in my element. So everywhere there's something which is not as interesting happening, I can, you will develop, I have really experienced this, that you develop a skill. What is the skill? The skill is you will be sitting amongst 10 people. Might be the conversation does not hold anything interesting for you. Okay. And sometimes there are situations where you have to be there. Yeah. So what would you choose? You would choose to be there, have a great smile, and be connected to light. You get that? Now this is a skill. And how would you do that? You will do that by practice. Even amongst those 10, the first thing is your head will not rattle saying, this is not an interesting space to be. The conversation is so damn boring. Who the hell knows politics? I'm talking about me, darling. Yeah. I just don't understand politics. Not the P of it doesn't come to me. An iota. Okay. And all of that is. And I have lived like, I don't know how many years when I used to feel, yeah, why am I here? Why do I have to listen to this pathetic talk? Never realizing that what makes me pathetic by always being in judgment of people. I'm not in my element. I'm not in the current. I am just invested in what people are saying, what people are doing, what people. They will do what they have to. Yeah. The first thing is, if suppose you by default you are there, what are you choosing? Are you choosing to be your own priority? Firstly, if I'm my own priority, why would I even get to the space of judgment and say, yeah, all this is pathetic? You get it? And this is just a mental talk that I have. It's not that you go and start telling people this is such a pathetic place. You never say that. You'll have the most artificial big smile on your face and be at the most pathetic space. You get that? But that smile tells it all. That smile is actually telling it all. कि यार इतना एफर्ट किया, इतना कांजीवरम की साड़ी निकाला, इतना सुंदर, इतना अच्छा नेकवेयर, इतना अच्छा मेकअप किया, सब, you get it? इतना वेस्ट किया टाइम ना. Yeah. But when I'm invested in me, the whole thing is I make that moment too. Yeah. Firstly, then how will I behave? I will behave. Wow, here I got to expose a sari. It had been just lying on the hanger so many days, months, years. Yeah, I'm looking so good. I feel so good. I'm so charming in my own eyes. Okay. And then you walked it there, and God knows, might be in the conversation there is something for you. You get it? Because when I'm open to receiving, when I'm in my element, when I'm in the current, when I'm in a no judgment, no justification space, then what am I looking at? My only space to look at is, what can I receive here? What? I'm sure God has sent me here for a purpose. What is the purpose? God just let me know. And then we have an inner dialogue with Him. And He says कि यार बस अभी कोई कुछ बोलने वाला है, तुमको बस उसी के लिए आए थे, तुम ना एक इस सेंटेंस को सुनने के लिए आए थे इतनी दूर. You get it? और बस वो सेंटेंस सुन लिया, शाम पूरी हो गई. You made it. Yeah. And you were always attuned to joy. You were not attuned to judgment. You were not. And and how is it that you smiled back home? Yeah. And you smiled back home, with your partner, with your husband, and you just had a good time. Yeah. Otherwise, what happens after a gathering like that? Yeah, when we get back home, when we are sitting in the car, we'll be saying, उसने खाना अच्छा नहीं बनाया था. बीवी उसकी तो ऐसी रहती है. हस्बैंड को बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आती. ये सारे यार इतने वाहियात लोगों के साथ हमको क्यों होना होता है? This is the kind of talk that we have. Now, is that adding to my joy? Is that adding to my current? Only I can answer. Yeah. That is why being invested in you and your current is so important, because it will keep you away from everything. You'll just have complete fun. In whatever situation gifted to you, you will keep finding spaces and places which are full of joy, where you can just have fun. Yeah, where you can just be your element and just, and you wonder, यार अच्छा ये spark बीच में थी यार अपने. Yeah. So there was a little family wedding that we had. Ira's son got married just a few months back here in India from our place. So lucky. And I don't think so I've ever in my life that I've enjoyed a wedding like this. Yeah. I have never enjoyed a wedding like this. From doing bhangra classes, to laughing like mad, to being on the dholki, to dancing like God knows, yeah, to doing whatever possible. You get that? And it could be that in those moments, if I was occupied in, how much work there is, how much, this much, how many people at home, how much food to be cooked, how much, choice is yours. You get that? And I see that in every situation that comes your way. How much joy can I be to be in the current? And when you are joy filled, I see all the youngsters, they desire to be with you. You get that? They are teenagers in the family, they are 20s in the family, they are 30s in the family. They desire to be with you. You're magnetic, isn't it? You are you're not like a fusspot at home who says that again this Masi, who the hell is going to bear with her? You get it? I'm sure all of us have relatives like that who are quite a pain in the neck, and still you keep, each time they come, you make butter chicken for them. Yeah. So everywhere that we lose ourselves, everywhere that we do not even get to know, what am I losing? Where am I losing? How am I losing? What makes me lose on me? What makes me lose on this moment is the space of I am not in current. And then how to get out of it? If I choose to be that 1%, if I choose to be that 1% and choose just joy, how would my house be? Will that house become a home? If I choose to be that 1% and choose joy, will my workplace be a space where which is so full of ease and joy, and my subordinates and my co-workers and my bosses, they look on to me. Yeah. And if I choose to be that 1%, do I add to the joy on the planet? Yeah. And everywhere that I do not consciously choose that, to make my presence fruitful. We are not just here to consume oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. That's it. You get it? We've done that enough. We've done that enough. And God has been quite gracious that we have not never been charged on that, Yeah. Otherwise that would have been the biggest bill. Yeah, the biggest bill to pay. We keep looking for money, never realizing all that is most essential is given to us for free. And can I not give back, pay back by being that joy? Yeah, by being that current. And it is that current which adds current to my life too. Isn't it? It adds current to my life too. So everything that we have done, before this was a different thing. And everything which we are desiring to choose after this is going to be different. Yeah, I read a beautiful quote somewhere, and which said, "Your entire past is over with the sunshine." Yeah, your entire past is over with the sunshine. Your entire future begins today. When you choose to be in your element, in the current, yeah, the complaints go away. The complaints just completely go away, isn't it? Because some of us have really spent our entire lives complaining. What is the complaint? I've not earned. Yeah. My husband is not as great. I wish I could be more pretty. I wish, there was some 10 billions in my bank account. Yeah. So everywhere that we have thought that that was really vital and that's going to really, that is something of substance, never realizing that you are the being of substance. You are not the body of substance, you are the being of substance. Yeah. And that substance is so full of current that you cannot go unnoticed. You cannot. You cannot go unnoticed when you show up in all your potencies, in all your capacity. Yeah. So what are you choosing? Complaints or current? What are your choices? Complaint or current?
Current, definitely. And this is what exactly I needed to hear today, Malvika. So beautiful,
Amazing.
so beautiful. Thank you
Amazing.
so much.
And when I'm in when you are in the current, yeah, then you are in the moment. That is the current. You get it? When you are in the current, then you are in the moment, in the current. You are not in the future, you are not in the past. So everywhere that you have stories, इसने ये किया था, है ना, इसने वो बोला था, इसने वो नहीं किया था, isn't it? Yeah, so everywhere, that's just the story. What are you doing today? current moment में हो, है ना, और current moment में नहीं हो तो current नहीं है. करंट नहीं है. आवाज में भी करंट नहीं होता ना, आपको हलो से समझ आ जाती है कहाँ है. You get that? से अच्छा यार आज क्या बात, दिन ठीक नहीं है. बोले हाँ यार आज कुछ भी ठीक नहीं है. Yeah. So where does the current go? कोई ले जाता है? नहीं. So everywhere that we lose, is there time to gain? Yeah, gain the moment. Let's be gainful. Yeah, let's live our day. Let's live our day to the fullest. And let's live our day to the fullest. And what is it? When I rise, what do I do? I'm actually being an invitation to people to rise, isn't it? We always use the word the sun rises. So what do? We rise to the sun, isn't it? Isn't it? We never say we sleep to the sun. We always rise to the sun. So only when I am rising will I add something to somebody's life which will make them rise. Isn't it? And what if I was the baking powder? What if I was the baking powder in the making of the cake? Yeah. And I would make that beautiful cake rise. It's going to be nice and moist and spongy, and everybody is going to just have fun with it. Yeah, they're going to say, "How come the cake has become so small and everybody's eaten and they want more?" Isn't it? How inviting that energy is. Oh, you just want to be there. Oh wow, isn't it? अभी सबको खुशबू आनी शुरू हो गई है ना, सेंस की हाँ, the vanilla है. Yeah. So how beautiful is that? Yeah, so if I could be that element who desires and who shows up, and I am so committed that I am going to be in the current and always keep rising from wherever I am. Yeah, it could be rising above the limitations. Yeah, it could be rising above the belief systems that I have been living with. Yeah, that's been rising above all the stories that I'd cooked up in my head. Yeah. And then rising above the lies that I thought and I lived as true. Yeah. So will all of that put me back to current? Yeah. So everywhere that I forget that many a times in just a single day, I have to keep reminding myself, knocking. Yeah. I have to keep reminding myself, are you in the space of complaining? Are you complaining or are you in the current? And it'll say, नहीं यार, अभी तो complaint ही चल रही है ना? तो फिर current में आने का क्या लेंगे? क्या change करेंगे कि current में फिर आ जाएंगे? So simple, no? So everywhere that we do not. The thing is, अपने आप से कभी ऐसे बातें करी हो तो पता चले नहीं, है ना? कभी अपने आप से कभी क्वेश्चन भी नहीं पूछते एक्चुअली चाहिए क्या, है ना? या वनीशा?
Thank you so much, Malvika, for this call. I joined just 10 minutes back, but that was like the energy I'm having since yesterday, especially, But yeah, if I look after these 2 beautiful days I'm living with very happily and very joyously. So what I get to present is कि जब मैं being now moment पे नहीं होती हूँ, right? वो मुझे याद भी नहीं रहता कि मुझे वैसा होना भी है, because वो एक habit pattern वो इतने सालों का जो बना है वो मुझे प्रेजेंट होने भी नहीं देता. I never get a chance to क्वेश्चन पूछना तो बहुत दूर का टूल है जो उस टाइम पे समझ ही नहीं आता, बिकॉज उस टाइम पे वही वाइसेस से आई एम प्लेइंग, आई एम कंप्लेनिंग, आई एम जस्ट बीइंग एंग्री, आई एम जस्ट बीइंग फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, आई एम बीइंग इन पास्ट एंड फ्यूचर बट नेवर बी इन प्रेजेंट, राइट? और वो शायद आदत या पैटर्न वो इतना पक्का हो चुका है तो उसको तोड़ने का भी मूवमेंट याद नहीं रहता. मतलब 24 घंटे में से 24 आवर्स इंटू 60 मैं करूं कैलकुलेशन जो भी आए तो उसमें से शायद वो 1 मिनट भी ऐसा नहीं होता जब मेरे को वो 1 मिनट के लिए वो एक थॉट भी आ जाए, But what I got present in the call even and the practice, I'm doing it for myself since yesterday, the energies I'm in. Like what I get present to is ki the only tool which I got in these 30 hours and in the call I'm getting awareness is the gratitude. It's just the gratitude, right? As I'm waking up, I'm just having a gratitude for 5 minutes, right? Those 5 minutes will वो 1 घंटा इतना प्लीजेंट चला जाता है क्योंकि वो 5 मिनट का ग्रेटिट्यूड मेरे को इतनी हैप्पीनेस दे रहा है तो वो 1 घंटा आ जाता है. तो 1 घंटे के बाद फिर से कुछ ना कुछ ग्रेटिट्यूड करने का माइंड में थॉट्स आते रहते हैं. तो वो ऐसी ग्रेटिट्यूड के थॉट्स का सीक्वेंस बनता चला गया. since like 30 hours. So
So
जब
nice.
gratitude का sequence बनता चला गया तो आई एम फीलिंग यार ये तो कुछ डिफरेंट हो गया 30 घंटे में. तो अब जब 30 घंटे में डिफरेंट हुआ तब अभी अगर कोई एंगर कर रहा है या मैं खुद पे भी एंगर हो रही हूँ, आई एम हार्श ऑन टू माई सेल्फ, तो एक ही मिनट में पता चल जाता है यार ये तो कुछ अच्छी वाला मजा नहीं आ रहा, मतलब वो केक का टेस्ट अच्छा नहीं आ रहा, ये केक नहीं है ये काउडंग है. तो मतलब वो क्वेश्चन पूछने वाला टूल तो कभी याद ही नहीं रहता था जब वो एक नॉर्मल एक पैटर्न चल रहा है और वो इतनी सारी स्टोरीज को हो रही है, इतना सारा सेल्फ टॉक हो रहा है, इतना सारा माइंड पे बर्डन बन रहा है, वो थॉट्स बन रहे हैं. वो शायद मेरे को तो लगता है कि 60,000 की जगह ना 90,000 ही आते होंगे मेरे तो. Right. But yeah, in last 30 hours of like since I being into yesterday's call, even before that, when I get present about expectations and the soul thing and the letter writing which I have started and the meditation early morning which I'm starting for myself for every half an hour or 45 minutes for my day on bed only. So that is giving me the series to remind myself again and again with the sequence of thoughts, sequence of uh, events happening to me in a happy notes.
So nice. That's so nice. No? And each time, whenever we choose for ourselves, I think that we see a substantial change. Yeah. Each time, whatever degree of change that we create, that's immaterial. The thing is, I can never be the same that I was yesterday. That's the only thing which comes to me. Yeah. Yeah. And what is it? That awareness has allowed me to rise above that. Whatever that awareness was, good, bad, ugly, whatever it was, but it gave me an opportunity to rise above that. And that's so important, no? Is that not the biggest success? Is that not? Yeah. So everywhere that we do not even, find it accountable, or we, consider it, oh wow, yaar, ऐसी सी मैंने सक्सेस को कितने कितने नाम दिए हैं. You get that? मगर वो हर बार सक्सेस ने मुझे पेस्टर कर दिया है बोलने के लिए, बताने के लिए कि ये सक्सेस नहीं है. Are you getting? उसने हर बार जिस चीज को भी मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में सोचा ना, ये अरे ये सक्सेस है, अरे वो सक्सेस है, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे आपके फिजिकलिटी में, आपकी समझ में साल बीते हैं ना, तो आपकी डेफिनेशन उसी एक वर्ड की बहुत फर्क होती रहती है. क्यों? क्योंकि समझ और होती रहती है. Yeah, and it could be that you had a definition to success. What you had as definition to success yesterday has already changed. You get that? But today I keep wondering, what is success? When I can see my vices, when I can see here there is lot of potential. What is the potential? The potential that is lying within me. There is a potential for me to just grow into that. The potential is already there. I have stunted growth there. I said that since I did not put that light there, I stunted my growth there. तो वहाँ growth बंद हो गई मेरी, है ना? फिर जब मैं उसमें लाइट तवज्जो देती हूँ, फिर वहाँ पे growth शुरू हो गई. You get it? And that is the most, I think that is the biggest success for me today. Yes. And what better a chance am I going to get? Yeah. What better a chance am I going to get? Amazing. So everywhere that we do not allow ourselves to see, what am I short of? What can I do? And then what am I short of? What can I do? And then what can I be now? Yeah. What can I be now with the potential that I have exploited, that I've explored, that I've experimented with? Yeah. And then what am I going to experience after that? Some more current in me, some more joy in me. So everywhere we do not allow ourselves to do that. Are you in this time ready for that? Yeah, ready to be in current, out of complaints. Again, the head will keep getting you back to complaints and then out of complaints, current. Yeah, amazing. So anything to share? Otherwise, we'll go to the meditation. It's good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, because I actually could understand how these masterclass are happening. First of all, whatsoever be the wounds are there, it was much needed to get them healed. It was much needed to sort me out that I need not to trigger any point of time, and I could actually see my wounds. I could actually put a healing thing to it. I could actually see its deepness, but I could actually see what would be the lesson I have learned when I got this. And even when for the period I holded that wand in my arms,
Mm.
I got to learn that so that I could go to more greater possibilities. And after that, I could actually see how the self love is the one healing thing to me, you know and I could actually see when I'm just loving myself, the all the triggers, these are coming from my vices, so I just need to get them very calmly, sit at a place where they were not supposed to pop up like anything in my usual routine, right? So that I'm just connected to my virtues, my true values, connected to my source. And later on, but yeah, I'm so just loving. I'm just so loving for the thing. And that was like probably the messages you are just sending, especially the last 30 hours is like the beautiful, beautiful hours
Mm.
I'm experiencing. So I'm so thankful to you, right? And so thankful to everybody who is just like there on the call, who is putting that energy that
Absolutely.
we together in our consciousness, we are just contributing for each other's for our healing.
So true.
So I'm really happy and blessed for this. Thank
Great.
you so much.
Thanks, dear. Let's close our eyes and have some moments and let's appreciate where we are. Today we choose to be in a no complaint space. It's a conscious choice that we are making. A conscious choice of no complaints. Just to be in the current, this moment, and to be in a current that I'm gifted with by the Supreme God. The current of abundant joy, the current of multiplied abundance, the current of ever growing wealth, ever growing wealth of virtues, the current of being with my beautiful buzzing body, the current of being so present in this moment, where I'm connected to each strand of hair on my body, And is that connection just on the superficial level? No. That current flows inside out. That current is so full of consciousness. And being in this current is just like creating a new paradigm shift. A paradigm shift from the old world of being engrossed and busy in the stories and thoughts of the past. That past that I can't change today. Why do I require to be invested in it? What makes me so insane that I'm pivoted there? And never am I here in this moment to experience the current. But today I'm committed to choose, committed to choose to be and flow in this current of joy. Leaving the two J's behind, judgment and justification, and just bask in joy. Joy that is eternal. The pure soul is all full of joy. Is full of purity, divinity, peaceful, powerful, and not a speck of fear anywhere. I choose to be that 1% that would change the planet, the energy of the planet. All fearless and no complaints. I can dance to my own music. And I can dance to my own music, not disturbing anybody too. Just choosing little bits and pieces of joy everywhere. Being in the current. And I choose to be that little girl with holding a big, beautiful basket. Basket that has the seeds of joy, infinite seeds of joy filled with. And wherever I step, I just take a handful of those seeds of joy and I just throw them away. I just keep spreading them. And you know, that little basket is a basket of magic. That basket just refills on its own. The more I keep spreading these seeds of joy, the more joy fills into that basket, refills on its own and multiplies. It's a beautiful current to be with when I am in the current moment. No complaints, just joy. No hopelessness, just hope. No justifications, no judgments, just absolute pure happiness. No expectations, just the light and love to gift. All that I be, only that can I gift. If I be joy, I just gift joy. If I be fearless, I just gift fearlessness to the planet. If I be anxiety free, I just give a lighter world. If I leave the black and white, I just give the rainbow colors to wherever that is sulking and sultry. I consciously choose to be in my current, the element that I am here with and gifted. I'm the soul. I'm the soul all dazzling, beautiful and pretty. I am a spark in my own life. A spark that adds to whoever comes my way. I consciously choose to be the no complaint person and just choose to be the current. And I commit to never choosing less for me. I'm here from an abundant world, and the less does not suit. I'm committed to be more. I'm committed to be more as I rise. I rise above my limitations. I rise above fear. I rise above anxiety. I rise above complaints. And I rise above judgments and justifications. And as I keep choosing to rise, I just infect the world as they start choosing to rise along with me. This is the joy of being in the current. This is the joy of being in the moment and recognizing that you are the soul and you are the offspring of the Supreme God. And you are here for a purpose. And your life is meaningful. And that meaning shows up more and more when you are in the current. So let's take a very long deep breath, taking in the current and exhaling all the complaints. Taking in the current and exhaling all the complaints possible. Taking in the current and exhaling all the possible complaints. So dance to this. Let's have a lot of joy dancing. Dancing and having fun in the current that we truly are. And let's connect to the breath. Let's connect to the breath again. And whenever you desire, just get back. So thank you, Facebook Live viewers, for being with us, spending these moments, the treasured moments, I would say. Thank you for joining and coming and listening to all of this. We shall get back again to you.
Thank you so much, Malvika. This is actually the fairy tale I always live, and I could actually see myself to having such bucket in my life, which is full of joy. And I could actually see myself that in a happiness, in a light as a feather, I could actually see myself full of love and full of happiness. And means thank you so much for these moments was really, really, really precious. And thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anisha, for letting me know.
So
Always
much,
good.
Malvika. Thank you for letting the joy sipping in and really getting us again back to the current, which we keep missing.
We keep
And
forgetting.
I really always feel that when we go to doctors and वो doctor nurse check करता है ना, that is Malvika. Even if I'm on call or even if you see किसी की भी शक्ल, you know in what space we are actually. We don't have to tell you that because today's call was exactly what I was looking for. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good. It's good to hear, things are working, things are better. Yeah.
Thank you, Malvika. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Malvika. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye, dear.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone.